This is Richard Thorndike with BS News for this Earth Day, Friday, April 2211. And away we go. Dateline G-Ho-Hum-P. A poll released this week showed that when asked which potential presidential candidate they liked the best, a full 56% of Republican voters chose the option no candidate. Tim Pawlenty immediately claimed victory. But Mitt Romney then announced that he had been no candidate for years. Donald Trump attacked no candidate as the worst candidate in human history, and poor Michelle Bachmann somehow managed to mispronounce no candidate's name. Dateline, trumped-up charge. Critics of Donald Trump are accusing him of covering up his real financial situation and creating the impression that he has lots of money when he really doesn't. Trump responded, well, I can do the same thing for the United States. Dateline, Ensign pulverized. Sex scandal-plagued Senator John Ensign has announced he will resign in the midst of an ethics probe. But the bottom line reason for his resignation is that nobody can say John Ensign and probe in the same sentence without snickering. Case in point, Ensign says he plans to spend more time having his family write checks to the spouses of people he's had sex with. Enough. And now a side-by-side comparison of a photo of Florida Governor Rick Scott and Batboy from Weekly World News. Yes, this is radio. You can't see it, but Google it and you'll laugh. Trust me. Finally, Dateline, Bunny bugged. Health officials announced they tracked an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease at the Playboy Mansion back to the mansion's hot tub. They further suspect the source might be the 85-year-old Hugh Hefner himself, because, as it turns out, this particular strain of bacteria was so old, it was actually called Roman Legionnaire's disease. I did not make that up. That's all there is. There is no more. You need a drink. Randy, you're back in a state run by Rick Scott. You need a distillery. Have a great weekend. Love your Mother Earth. Richard Thorndike, BS News.
Yes, I need my own bar, is what I need. I'm back in Florida. I need my own bar. Oh, I cannot believe that this place elected Rick Scott, one of the biggest Medicare frauds in the history of the world, to be in charge of the Medicare state. And you've got this guy, Alan West, who, replaced Ron Klein in what was a lovely district. It was just fine. Everything was cool here. And now we've got this raving lunatic who had to retire from the military because when he was in Iraq, he actually was interrogating somebody and shot a gun off in his right next to his head. And they fined him $5,000 and said, why don't you retire now? So he retires and he moves from Texas to Florida, runs for Congress and freaking wins. He wins? Seriously? Now he's all over the TV calling the President of the United States a socialist agitator dictator. What else? A demagogue. This is the problem with name calling. Is he a dictator? Is he a demagogue? Is he a low-level agitator? Is he a socialist? Is he a Marxist? Is he when you start calling names, it's hard to keep the names straight. It's just difficult.